Check, Mike, check, Mike, check. It's Mike in the morning. Morning coffee with Mike. Hey guys, hope everyone's doing good out there. Welcome to Morning Coffees. Morning coffee or morning coffees. How many coffees do you have in the morning? With Morning Coffee with Mike. And we've been doing Morning Coffee with Mike for, 5 plus 6, 7, 8, 9 years now. And we are on board. Here we go. Yeah, Morning Coffee with Mike. Let's get some PG soundboard here. PG soundboard for YouTube. So we got to be really PG on discussing current events, on what's happening with current events. And I'm just going to put we're on the backup channel because our main YouTube channel has been struck down for the 11th time now. 11th time. Yeah, you're hearing it right. It's been 11 suspensions now in the last 2 years alone we've had. I think we've had a lot more than that. Johnny Boy Silver in the comments joining us saying, good morning, Mike. Having coffee too. Good to see some life out there. People that are subscribed to the backup channel. And hopefully you guys can get over to Odyssey to watch our real show called Mike in the Night. So I'm going to do a quick channel plug here for you guys, so you guys get up to date on what's going on. So there it is. There's Mike in the Night right there. I'm going to leave a link in the live chat. If you guys don't mind getting out there and subscribing and following me on Odyssey, because we have Mike in the Night, and that's where it all happens. That's where we all talk. That's where we all come together and really talk about really deep, troubling events that are happening around the world that we can't talk about on YouTube. Artbydano.com, artbydano.net, and kiwiradio.nz is mikeinthenight.com. Don't forget to check that out. And there's my link tree, and I'm on Brighteon too, and I'm also on Rumble, uploading replays on Rumble. And I got a notification this morning from our, what do you call it, this thing here? Discord. Yeah. Discord. We got a warning from Discord that they're no longer tolerating fake news. So what fake news to Discord is, you know what fake news is? Actually telling the truth. Like on YouTube, you can't really say anything on YouTube. So we have to paraphrase on here and kind of speak around in a circle and really not really get anywhere when we're trying to say it, because we can't say it. And if people are still on YouTube trying to get information, they're wasting their time. If we're on here talking, hey, what's going on? Hey, look what's happening with this carbon tax. That's fine. But if you actually really want to know what's going on, you can't. YouTube is a waste of time. So anyways, there it is, guys. Streaming on YouTube on a backup channel, trying to wake up the masses or getting people on board on what is happening or what is happening with what. So there it is, Morning Coffee with Mike. Nicely, it was the nicely PG edition, I guess it's called. The nicely PG edition. Nicely for YouTube, or censored for YouTube. All right. Yeah, look at this nice. Oh, my nice studio here. Woo! All right, so what's going on? So I want to talk about this new carbon tax that's out. This new carbon tax that, we can't really find anything. We're 3 days away where people are going to start making YouTube videos and their channels are going to explode here in Canada because they got this new tax that's coming out on the gas pumps. So we've been reading. So let's go on the channel here that's been banned. And we've been reading our gas bill on here for a long time. So let's go on the banned YouTube channel, the one that's banned. I don't know. It's going to be banned for another month or so because I was talking about my notice of assessments. And they claimed it as misinformation, talking about my 7 notice of assessments I got in 4 weeks or 5 weeks or whatnot, if you kind of want to actually get really technical with it. Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. So let's go over here. Let's type in gas. Oh, wow. Look at this. Gas, 2 liters, $2 a liter by this summer. Let me put this on full screen for you. Look at this. From 3 years ago. They were pushing the price of gas, and it was 3 years ago. So this is 3 years ago. They were calling a natural gas shortage, which was total bullshit. And I'm just trying. There you go. Let's read my gas bill. And I wasn't paying, was I paying carbon tax? No, I wasn't paying carbon tax on this yet. This was 2 years ago, so we weren't paying carbon tax. But I do have a gas bill here that I do read that got my channel in trouble. There it is, carbon tax right there, $50 in 1 month, right there. Is my gas bill considered expensive? And that's 3 years ago when they started introducing the carbon tax. Now, the carbon tax I'm paying right now, last month, I think I paid $143 in carbon tax here in the province of British Columbia. They have us by the neck. And I tried to put an electric heater in my house, and the guy said, oh, your electric bill is going to be too expensive. You can't do that. It's too expensive. You got to stay with gas. It's cheaper. And man, am I ever regretting putting in my commie units. 2 years ago now, I put in my new commie units, and now I'm paying for it with such expense. I could have just went solar, and I could have maintained the electricity for the gas. But now my gas bills are anywhere from $700. I've already paid over $1,000 in a month for heat. So that's become a big problem. Johnny Boy Silver in the comments saying, Mike, I still have to listen to the Ravens call on the last Mike of the Night on Odyssey. Yeah, check it out. Carbon tax. How are people going to make it? Food costs are taking more and more of everyone's budget. Yeah, the price of food, obviously, something we've been talking here on the channel. Just type in food, and you'll see food videos going back years, many years, just discussing people being priced out of food, fast food restaurants shutting down, federalization of big box stores, people priced out of food a year ago. So I've been with $185 worth of food 3 years ago. So I've been warning people that the price of food has been going up. Oh, it's not in my area, Mike, or it's not happening with me, Mike. Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen with everybody. Everybody's food's going to go up. Skyscraper dark age. That's what I call it. We live in a skyscraper. Woo, let me get some coffee in me here, guys. It's morning coffee with Mike. I got a doctor's appointment in another hour, so I got an hour to kill with you guys. Starving for food, skyscraper dark age. Food prices spiking in a city near you 1 year ago. Pensioners can't afford food 2 years ago. Let me full screen that so you know I'm not making this crap up. Food is costing more than my rent 5 years ago. So, yeah, that's what's going on. So I can't find... Let me get over to the carbon tax here. So there it is right there. So they're talking about oil and gas sectors emissions need to be cut 2/5 by 2030. So their climate change discussion here, where they're just ripping us apart here and destroying our way of life. That's these guys' mission here is to destroy our way of life and destroy everything we've built. Everything we've built is going to be gone. You're going to have other countries start emerging if they're allowed to. If other countries are allowed to. We got Monica. Monica's in the comments say just moved to Mexico, so it's affordable. Should have done it years ago. Yeah, I lived in Mexico for 2 years in Mexico, and I kind of got Mexicoed out, so to say. You know what I'm saying? Monica, if you want to add us on Skype, Mike Martins, MikeMartins 1980, and you want to call into this PG show, it's PG, rated PG for YouTube, because YouTube, we can't even talk about anything. We're super censored. But I want to talk about this carbon tax that's coming next week. It's coming in 3 days. So what am I talking about? There's a new carbon tax coming out in 3 days. It should be out by Thursday or Friday in I don't know if it's all of Canada. I can't find anything. There's a new carbon tax at the gas pump right here. So it's not the carbon tax that's driving up the gas prices. So they're trying to massage ways into making people believe that what they're seeing isn't the carbon tax that's driving it up, which it is. And that's why my gas bill went up $100 and something a month because of the carbon tax. So we need to figure out what this carbon tax is, because I can't find any. So this is Ottawa from 20 hours ago. Kenny urges Ottawa to cancel planned federal carbon tax. So let's see if they talk about what the federal carbon tax is. Okay, because this would be nice to know. Kenny urges Ottawa to cancel planned federal carbon tax increase in April. So it's coming in April 1st. So where are we? We are a few days shy of April 1st. So Lethbridge, Alberta Premier Jason Kenney calls it April Fool's Day prank that is not funny. The federal government is set to increase the carbon tax to $50 per ton on Friday, April 1st. So what would that be at the pumps? Because I'm already paying hundreds, 100 plus. Okay, I'm not going to over-exaggerate. $140 in carbon tax, $160 a month in carbon tax just to heat my home, right? And if you want to put a wood-burning stove in your house, you have to get a $5,000 permit. I think you got to pay $5,000 for a permit for the city. I think it's now $8,000 now. It raised. Someone told me that it's actually raised to $8,000. So to get a permit to allow you to heat your house and make your family not free, they want you on the gas, right? And I feel like a stab in the heart. I told the guys that are putting in my new commie unit here that, look, you know what? Get me an electric one. I'll pay the electric bill. I'll pay for the electricity. I don't have a problem because I could have gone fully solar and I could have been off the gas. Now, I just paid $8,000 for a commie unit, a really good commie unit. It's supposed to save me on gas, but it's not saving me on gas. It's not saving me on anything. So it's become a big problem. Kenny urges Ottawa. So what's going on? Let's find out what's going on here. Premier states that the carbon tax hike could not have come at a worse time. Canadians are already dealing with high inflation rates, supply chain issues, and the economic impacts of Russia's invasion. Of course, they're going to throw that in there, right? You know what the worst weapon to have in war? You know what the worst weapon is? The worst weapon is truth. And I talked about this on Mike of the Night. I'm not going to get into it. Watch last Saturday's Mike of the Night, where pretty much at the beginning of the show, I discussed why I haven't taken sides on this war, and I never will, because it's the people that suffer. It's the people that die to cover government policy or government whatever. But I do know that Ukraine, and from researching, go on I'll show you what the Mike of the Night looks like. I'm going to give you the link here live on the Mike of the Night that we talked about this, because this is a very important, and we can't really talk about this stuff on YouTube because YouTube follows a narrative. There's the Mike Martin's channel there. There's the last Mike of the Night there. I have to be careful because we have audio since Ukraine invasion. So there it is right there. There it is. That's what it looks like right there on Mike of the Night. I'm not going to get myself in trouble. I'm going to put the link here in the live chat. So if you haven't seen that Mike of the Night, I wish you all to go over and check that out, because we can't talk about what's going on. That was episode 432, by the way, if you're referencing this episode on where it is. So I can't find anything on this. So it doesn't tell us what this is. Be it resolved that the Legislative Assembly call on the Government of Canada to stop its planned April 1st, 2022 increase in the carbon tax of $50 per ton, and further plan to quadruple the carbon tax to $170 per ton, given that Canadian families are struggling with the highest inflation in 30 years. I'm just trying. This guy's just playing hero. He's just playing hero by basically jumping out there. Just trying to figure out what's going on here with you guys, because we're not getting anything here. They're not even giving us a link to what the new... Oh, here it is. Grocery store gas prices, we don't care. We've been talking about that for the last 5 years. Alberta to provide relief, nobody cares. And disappointed Supreme Court's... Okay, let's see if they go into the Supreme Court's tax... Disappointed in Supreme Court's carbon tax decision. So I'm trying to find out exactly what's going on with this carbon tax that they're going to implement on us in the next few days here in Canada. So that's going to force, again, more and more people jumping ship from Canada, more and more people leaving. So here it is, folks. Let's go on to our full screen here. So we asked you guys could go, this is on the backup channel you're watching this. I'm going to copy this. This is the community link. If you guys want to go there and vote, I'm going to leave the link for you guys to go allowed to vote. So who, in your opinion, is more dangerous to your life and your family? 4% say Vladimir Putin, 37% say Joe Biden, and 60% of you guys say Justin Trudeau is a bigger threat to you and your family. So I kind of wanted to throw that out there and kind of wanted to throw the link out there. So what's going on in the news now? Somebody wants to call in on this carbon tax thing on what's going on. please call into the show if you have anything to talk about this carbon tax thing, because I really need to know what the heck is going on here. 300 babies died unnecessarily within socialized healthcare unit in UK report. So what's going on? So socialized medicine, we live in Canada, we live in under socialized medicine regime, and I don't know how it works here when you, like, I haven't been to the hospital in over 2 years, but I know they're asking for your status, your jab status. So I got to be careful if here, and I told the kids to be careful because we can't go to a hospital if something happens here. Even though I got 7 notice of assessments, I still can't go to a hospital. So I got to be really careful here where we're at. A report into maternity care, a unit run by Britain's socialized healthcare services, is to find over 300 babies died unnecessarily thanks to quotas and obsession with natural births at the expense of medical intervention where required. Yeah. So there it is. They're not, if somebody needs a C-section or whatnot or an emergency, childbirth was one of the leading causes of deaths 100 years ago. Well, no, 120 years ago. 120 years ago, one of the leading causes of deaths wasn't cancer. It wasn't car crashes. We didn't have a lot of cars then 120 years. We didn't have cars 120 years ago. It was birth rate. More and more people died of childbirth. Childbirth malfunctions or childbirth going wrong and bad intervention in childbirth. And that was one of the main reasons or one of the main causes of death. So you have 300 babies die. The independent investigation took a look into the experience of 1,500 families who received medical treatment at the Shrewsbury and Telford Hospital just between 2000 and 2019, concluding that the number of factors resulted in many of them receiving unnecessarily poor and even deadly care. So there it is right there. And that's happening. Like, this is what we're headed towards. You think science is making our life easier? You think science is making our lives more abundant? No, it's actually destroying things. We can't even get fertilizer anymore because we pissed off one of the... And people are probably around the world. Canada's such a big country. Why aren't they creating their own fertilizer? Because the Canadian government wants to federalize everything. They want to sell it to China or federalize it. So a guy that's collecting solar power, for example, sells it back to the grid, they could find me $13,000. So they don't want people farming anymore. They don't want you farming solar. They don't want you farming fertilizer. They don't want you farming anything. They want to shut you down because they want you to eat synthetic meats and garbage. They want you to digest garbage. It is 9:10 Pacific time here in the morning. You are tuned into Morning Coffee with Mike. Hope everybody's doing good out there. This is A Brasileira, a very famous coffee shop there in Portugal. And this one is, I'm not sure where this one is. I've got some photos from some cafes from all over the world here. Joining us here on Morning Coffee with Mike. Okay, so let's move on, guys. Let's move on. And there's certain things windows I got to be careful not to open because I could get in a lot of trouble here on YouTube. So that's why we kind of more have a censored morning coffee show. I'll try and move this channel, move this show onto the main YouTube channel that's still banned. I'm still banned until the end of until the end of April. So there's nothing I could do. Channel got banned. The main YouTube channel here, unfortunately, got banned for talking about my notice of assessments. And that is a big no-no on YouTube. So I didn't know we're allowed to talk. We weren't. So this is the channel here that's banned. Unfortunately, I'm just going to keep it really simple on this channel and do more live streams on this one in case, and then do Mike of the Night on Odyssey. That's how it's going to work. On Odyssey, we do the big show. We crank out the noise on Odyssey. So we build up on here, get people on Odyssey, and that's that. Mike, do you know of a Curtis Stone, an urban farmer in BC? No, I don't, Johnny Boy Silver. Unfortunately, I do live in this province, but I don't know a lot of people in this province. I know more people in Miami than I know here in this province. Unfortunately, I don't know too many people here. Okay. So there it is. This is an older video. I want to throw this back up. Food is costing more than my rent 5 years ago. You can't make this stuff up. YouTubers. Professional that lives here. Everybody, like police officers, doctors, family physicians, and they don't own their own places, right? Had a couple of people move out recently. Had a surgeon move out a week and a half ago. I helped him move, pack his truck to go to Winnipeg. Things like that. It's kind of sad in a way. But I'm noticing that the price of food is surpassing my rent. I'm noticing that when I go grocery shopping, I don't know if you guys realize this, but if you actually sit down and see what you spend on food that you buy out when you're on lunch, and food that you buy, you know, when you're out and about. So there it is right there. Unfortunately, only 1,000 people saw that video, and it's from 2016. And YouTube does a good job suppressing channels. There's a lot of channels out there that are not even out there for 2 years. Silver button, 100,000 subs, but they keep in check. They keep their words in check on those channels. They are super careful. And this is how one way they're going to start conducting their channel checks. You want that silver button on YouTube? You keep your mouth shut about certain things. All right, so where were we? So that's on the carbon tax thing. U.S. spells out sanctions on Russia, heaping more pressure on China. We know that U.S. wants, this is the South China Morning Post, we know that the U.S. wants China to side with their agenda, of course, because America has a lot of influence in the Ukraine. America has a lot of corruption in the Ukraine, right? So here it is, Ukraine war, U.S. spells out sanctions on Russia, heaping more pressure on China to comply. Among the various restrictions, if a Russia-bound item was made using American tools or equipment, it could be covered by Washington's sanctions. But while Chinese firms may try to avoid running afoul of the U.S. sanctions, overall China-Russia trade should remain strong because most products will not be affected. Well, we got ourselves a problem here. Who's going to be affected? The people. The predominantly middle-class working families will be affected by this shit. They'll be affected by this. So we got Gonfer457 saying, hello, Mike. Big hug from Portugal. I know it's later there. I'm going to be watching the Portugal match later today. It's going to be on at 2:45 my time Pacific with Northern Armenia. I've been watching every match. I watch every match religiously. That's the only thing I have left that creates normalicity in my life is the whole Portugal soccer clubs. I still watch FC. I'm an FC Porto fan for years now. So there it is. He also cited that the previous case of Chinese telecom company ZTE being fined $1.4 billion in 2018 for allegedly violating sanctions by selling products to Iran and North Korea. So you guys remember that, right? And there was a Chinese citizen or a Chinese or a Chinese People's Republic of China person, basically, and under house arrest here in Canada for that. So if you guys remember that. We're willing to work with any government in Asia to explain more detail of our actions. Yeah. So there it is right there. Guys, be careful what you're hearing and be careful what they're telling you. So let's go to Press TV. Let's go to Iranian state media and what they have to say. Russia calls liberation of Donbass main goal of operation in Ukraine. Moscow threatens U.S. With severe consequences over cyber aggression. Right? And Russia would use nukes only if faced with existential threat, says Kremlin. And Iranian destroyer joins international maritime exercise in Indian Ocean. And Russia, Ukraine open peace talks in Istanbul. Aragon urges to end the tragedy. Iran, former minister sets off for Afghanistan meeting in China. What else are they reporting here? I'm reporting on what Iranian news is reporting because we can't get a lot of this news here in the West. Israel ramps up arrest raids after Hadara operation. So Israel's back at it again, committing crimes against humanity. Ex-bishop in the U.S. admits to covering up 25 years of child sexual abuse by priests. And guys, the church has been going off the rails. I'm Catholic. I pray and stuff, the whole 9 yards. I ask for forgiveness and whatnot. And the church has been off the rails since the time of Paul. Okay, the time of Paul, St. Paul, Saul, whatever you want to call him. So the church is taken, twisted and created a big corporate business. And that's the sad part about it, because we could have really been organizing peace, love. With the numbers we have, we could have solved world hunger. We could have taken out a lot of the corrupt governments. We could have did things in numbers, but unfortunately, we didn't. Do you miss Portugal? I am from Coimbra. Yeah, you know what? I want to go back to the Azores. I want to go back there and die, actually. I want to go back there and die. That's what I want to do. Go there and die and be buried somewhere on the island, facing the ocean. Yeah. Yeah, I do miss mainland Portugal, too. I want to get back there. I don't know. I can't even leave my own country without a jab. So... yeah, Russia backing ruble with gold now. Yep, there's a video we made there. Let's see if it was what video we put that on there. Oh, let me see here. It's under the more... I don't know what video, what channel it's under. Blame game. Let's see what we said that's where Russia's backing gold. Scrap COVID. Where is it? Mr. Mobility. No, this channel was taken down. Yeah, this channel was taken down. I think it was the week before. I'm just trying to see if I could find it. No, it's not. Ah, it's right here. It's on this video I made for you guys. Why haven't I taken sides with Russia and Ukraine? And I think it talks about it here. Hey, people. 10th suspension on YouTube. In there. I'm not downing any of that more than about, oh, but the people in eastern Ukraine. Before we go into it, let's go into the monetary. What happened to Gaddafi when he announced he was going to make a gold reserve currency? They came, Hillary Clinton said they came, they saw he died, and she laughed about it. Now, Putin, there's rumors and there's articles circulating right now that you won't see in Western media, that Putin is moving back to a gold-backed currency. And there you go. We said it before. We said it way before Joe Rogan said it. Yeah, Joe Rogan. Yeah! 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 So, yeah, we've been saying, again, we've been calling out, and it's been a gong show here on the channel, because you're watching this on the backup channel. Everything upside down saying be in the world, but not of the world. Dollar Hemaji has 3 strikes against it now. 1 for Russia selling oil for gold. 2 Russia deal. And Saudi China deal. So yeah, you see, they're just striking down channels. So I'm trying to load the ship up. We're all social media immigrants on YouTube. So we need to get you guys over. Let me get you guys over, and there it is. There it is on there. I'm going to give you guys a link. There it is. There's the Odyssey channel where we're allowed to speak freely for now. So there it is. Guys, go over there. You actually get paid. You get paid for watching videos on there. You actually get paid. I got another 2 cryptos the other day for watching some video about a guy making a deck on at his cottage. So there it is right there. There is the Mike Martin's channel, if you guys don't mind going on Odyssey. So you could actually set your... you could get push notifications on Odyssey, so you could actually set your nights up for Mike in the Night every Saturday. And there it is right there. And there it is right there. There's the episodes right there of Mike in the Night that you guys, if you didn't know, we've been on here. We need to get everybody off the boat, off of YouTube, like immigrants. like immigrants coming off the ship and going to another platform to get their information. There it is right there. Get over there. There lots of people are on here that used to be on YouTube, and I just wanted to throw that out there because it's kind of important. It's morning coffee with Mike. Yeah, morning coffee. I hope everybody's doing well. And I'm enjoying my coffee here. I got another 30 minutes with you guys, and then I'm off. I got a doctor's appointment. Luckily, the doctor knows me on a personal level, shops at my business, knows my family on a personal level. So we at least have that relationship, which is good. Yeah, Johnny Boy Silver has got it right. Odyssey's format is getting better. It's getting way better. Odyssey is getting way better. And we are the pioneers on Odyssey. Mike and the Knight's a pioneer on Odyssey now. Because we started seeing the writing on the wall, and it was not looking good. All right. And that's my plan, is to inform. I just feel like I could have done more. I have the information right here for you guys. Food is costing more than my rent from 2016. I was already warning people. What was I not doing a good enough job to warn people? Was I just not doing a good enough job to let people understand what was coming? Was it, look, I even talk about how people are moving out of my area, doctors, and this is downtown Vancouver, okay? Watch this. A week and a half ago, I helped him move, pack his truck to go to Winnipeg, things like that. It's kind of sad in a way. But I'm noticing that the price of food is surpassing my rent. I'm noticing that when I go grocery shopping, I don't know if you guys realize this, but if you actually sit down and see what you spend on food that you buy out when you're on lunch, and food that you buy, when you're out and about, and let me go back a bit. Let me go back a bit here for you guys to see. Nice place, and I'm in a I'm in a townhouse community, right? So everybody here is very professional that lives here. Everybody, like police officers, doctors, family physicians, and they don't own their own places, right? Had a couple of people move out recently. Had a surgeon move out a week and a half ago. I helped him move, pack his truck to go to Winnipeg, things like that. It's kind of sad in a way. But I'm noticing that the price of food is surpassing my rent. So the reason why I replay that is because this is from 2016, and we were seeing the brain drain of more and more Canadians packing up and leaving. That whole get an education, buy a mansion, and your Lamborghini will be waiting for you. That whole is done. That whole university thing was a complete scam. If you think what they planned in the last 2 years was a scam, start going back 10, 20 years and seeing what they've been scamming you with. See what they've been destroying you with. And that's a video from our archive there from 2016. Warning people. And this is the one where I discuss that that Russia's going with a gold-backed currency here. On March the 9th, we were discussing that, the circulation of that. And it's kind of important. Hillary Clinton said they came, they saw, he died. And she laughed about it. Now, Putin, there's rumors and there's articles circulating right now that you won't see in Western media that Putin is moving back to a gold-backed currency. And so moving to a gold-backed currency is dangerous in a way, because it's going to impoverish a lot of the local. Well, if they're in a currency reset, then they could adjust the price of bread now to what gold valued currency would be at. So then the price of bread in the new, let's say the new gold standard, would be like 21 cents or less than 10 cents, because now they're using currency that's backed by it's transient. And it's actually backed by something economical, if that makes any sense to you guys there. But that's what's happening there with Russia. And it's something we've been watching and kind of contemplating about how do we discuss it without getting banned, right? So what else is Russia Today talking? Although this is a Press TV. What are they talking about here in the Middle East? The culture of violence in U.S. schools. NATO expansion led to Ukraine conflict. That's correct. That's very correct. This is very correct here. I mean, the Iranians couldn't get it more right. Here it is. Hypocritical NATO expansionism, root of cause of Russia-Ukraine conflict. So there it is. Tensions between Russia and the Ukraine taking U-turn every day, from threats and trading barbs to full-scale military operation. Now, some say the two sides are in for a big dispute. So there it is. NATO has been pushing its borders back into Russia, into former Soviet states that were supposed to be created as buffer zones. We all know this. This is not, you know. So what else we got here? Yemeni army shoots down advanced American spy drone. Iran hopes for the end of the Saudi war. So Iran hopes for end to Saudi war. Now, Saudi Arabia is in a lot of trouble because the Yemenis are taking ground and actually moving in. So basically, during the Obama administration, he started the whole war with Yemen. So keep that in mind. Obama started that war with Yemen, and here, let me bring this up here. You guys wouldn't believe how many bombs Obama, because here in the town I live, they love Obama. They say, just type in Obama dropped more bombs. Let's see what comes up here. Here we go. U.S. never dropped many bombs on Afghanistan than it did in 2018. Apparently, it's actually starting to add up towards all the big wars that we had. This so much. Here we go. This is the one I wanted to get with you guys. So you guys, because in the town I live in, they love Obama. They love the administration. They love it. They love him. He was the best. They claim he's the best standing president. So there it is right there. America dropped 26,171 bombs in 2016. What a bloody end to Obama's reign. So, according to new figures, U.S. dropped nearly 3 bombs every hour, 24 hours a day. Dare we think about Donald Trump's legacy and his legacy. So, there it is right there. Obama started a lot of these wars. When he dropped 26,000 bombs in 1 year, you're bound to piss off a lot of people. You're bound to destroy a lot of families. So we got people here, 5,000 rubles per 1 gram of gold. Oof. TNT in the house. John Boy Silver, game could get interesting. Arbitrage trading, gold back ruble. Yeah. So what they're going to do, they're just going to have to unify a gold currency. Like, for them to make this work, guys, it's very simple. Like, if I mean, it's not as hard. It's hard on the middle. It's hard on the pocketbooks. It's hard on the bank accounts. Okay, that's what it's going to be hard on. What they're going to have to do is actually create reserves of gold and silver. Okay, silver. Right? They could do like 100, I don't know what silver to gold ratio is. I think it's 120 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold. I'm not, I can't remember how many. I think it's 90 ounces of silver or 85 ounces. I did a video on it a few years back. Ounces to gold. So you could actually cash in your gold, your silver currency to upgrade it to gold currency. That's what they should do. That's what they should do. They should have a silver currency that's more easy, more manageable. They have the silver reserves off from inside of a vault. It gets counted and it gets audited once a year. And the people get to audit it. The people get to audit the silver. They'll see how much silver they have. And they'll make sure that there's amount. And if there's too much currency printed by accident, let's say, they'll destroy that physical currency to make sure it doesn't see the hands of anybody to inflate their currency. That's how you do it. And then if there's, let's say you have a 100-ounce gold certificate of silver, you could cash it in for 1 gold. And then you could upgrade your reserves like that at home or on a personal level or your bank account if they allow you to do that through digital, right? But that's how you do it. That's how you do it. But the problem is you need the gold in reserve. Now, what have we been talking about on this? Okay, let's see if we get on the backup channel. Russia and China have been buying, unless YouTube took down the video. Let's see. Russia and China. Let's see what channel this is. So this is from 2016. Let's see videos that we saw. So Russia and China have been buying. Russia and China have been selling their U.S. treasuries. Let's see what happens if I type in Russia and China on my channel. Right here. We had the McChronicle on 2 years ago. Russia, see, gold oil has been basically selling treasuries to buy. Canada wants more Chinese, 500,000 per year. Let me see if Australia versus China economic war. I called it a year ago, right there. Now they're in an economic war right now, Australia and China, with sanctions. A lot of people don't know that China's been sanctioning Australia. Let's see if we can go fight it here. Look at this. Chinese citizens paying 30% over spot gold 2 years ago. Shanghai Charlie gave me that information. So lots of videos here, lots of information. Look at this. A year ago, China preparing for economic disaster, and they laid out a strategy from 2021 to 2025. Look at that. Just trying to see. Where are we here? There we go. Economic. Here we go. Here we go. Economic war on the horizon. China said war with the U.S. on Donald Trump becoming practical. It's economics. We've been in an economic war for, I don't know, since 2010, to be honest with you. Okay, so I'm trying to find where they sold treasuries. I think we did this one a few weeks back. Here, Amerifornia, 40 to 100%. Up America. Now that, real quick here. To California, basically. So, from places like the Park value. I did discuss it on here. I don't know where. Where basically we were discussing how U.S. treasuries were support housing. Once you can't get into housing, once incomes are not tied to mortgages and housing prices, you have yourself an issue. Let's take a look at what's happening to America and what's happening with their major housing crisis. So that's a major housing crisis. I thought I talked about Chinese selling off U.S. treasuries on that one. It's over here. It's a couple of videos I made in the last 10 years about that, where the U.S., where China and Russia were selling off treasuries to buy gold and silver. It could be, I don't know. It could be the video could have been taken down because I remember doing this. Hey, YouTubers. Look at me there. Martin's channel. Just at the house. Blah, blah, blah. Talk, with derivatives and paybacks and very carefully. I covered this article a few days ago. It's crucial that you pay attention to this, especially if you're following gold. China is allowing or lifting a law, or they're going soft on a law that allow regular citizens to buy gold. Okay, Chinese citizens. Now, here's the thing: if every Chinese citizen in China was to buy 1 ounce of gold, we don't have enough gold to fill that order. We don't have enough gold, nearly near. And if it's silver, it's a lot less. There's a lot less silver on the planet than there is gold. I know it's hard to believe because people usually keep gold in its physical state. They don't break it apart to make electronics like they do silver. There's a lot less silver in the market. So that's us talking about that 30% over spot gold, and that was in 2019. This was in August 24, 2019, before they pulled the trigger on the, you know what. There it is right there. There's the date right there. August 24, 2019. Let's see what I say here. There is gold. Paper-backed IOUs and silver certificates. There's this much paper and that much silver to back up the paper. So there's more paper than silver out there. Now pay very close attention. I just got a call from Shanghai Larry. He called me from Shanghai. And he said, Mike, you're not going to believe this. People in China are scrambling to buy gold from any way means possible. I'm like, okay. I mean, it happens. The tulip craze, all that stuff. No, Mike, this is different. A lot of people are paying 20 to 30% over spot. So if an ounce of gold bar is $1,000 US, they're paying $1,300 or $1,500 US just to get their hands on their precious metal. So that's a very clever note I make in that video, that if every citizen in China wants to own 1 ounce of gold, we're screwed. So hopefully a bigger channel, a real big channel, could take this and actually run with this information. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, my videos never get out there. This is from 2019 and discussing the situation here. Chinese citizens paying 30% over spot gold. So kind of important where we're headed towards. So what I'll do is I'll try to do this in the mornings, morning coffee, And what I'll do is I'll do a quick 1 hour show, and if there's somebody that wants to call in with some information, they can and whatnot. But I also want to plug the Mike in the Nights that we're doing every Saturday night. You know, this gets me out of bed a little bit earlier than usual, which is good, and gets me in touch with you guys pretty much on a regular basis, because I don't want to lose touch with you guys. So here it is right here. Guys, if you want the inside scoop, best colors, best information, go over here and get on Odyssey, guys. I'm going to leave a link here to the Odyssey. Again, I'm going to be plugging this a lot going into the future because we just can't really talk on YouTube anymore. My main channel is striked down, the main YouTube channel. I can't talk on there anymore. And Odyssey's been getting a lot more and more better. Unfortunately, there's the upcoming Mike in the Night here. And it already has 2 dislikes here from the Orlinger Brooksters. So what the Orlinger Brooksters do is they go on every video before it even launches, and they go and dislike it before it launches to see if it could screw the algorithm up so the video doesn't get out. So there it is, the Orlinger Brooksters doing that there. Yep, and if you guys haven't seen the Merit Harassment series, we got the Merit Harassment series under our playlists here. So we got playlists here on Odyssey 2. I'm building a home in the Philippines for $6,000. You got to watch this. This is actually really good. I'm still way under the $6,000 mark, and I have a poured concrete home built. I made 5 videos in there, so you want to check that out. Prediction videos. I've been collecting prediction videos I've made in the last 10 years. Merit Harassment series. You're going to want to check that out. This is on Odyssey now. It's a really good series about the ongoing harassment for the last 5 years 6 years I've been receiving here in town. And what else? Mike in the Nights, they're all here. All the Mike in the Nights are here. Unfortunately, I got to be really careful because there's intro music to it. So, and it loads up here, and all the episodes should be here if you guys want to watch episodes of Mike in the Night. But yeah. And then now a sub window opens on Odyssey. It never did before. A sub window opens so it lets you browse. So Odyssey's been getting a lot better. Odyssey's been getting a lot cleaner. It's been getting a lot more, manageable. So we got Catcord, good day from Montreal. The Saxon, just having coffee and listening to Mike right here. I'm finishing up my coffee here. I got a doctor's appointment in a bit, so I'm going to be leaving you guys soon. All right, so what else is going on? Let's go back. Coffee shops here from all over the world. Let's get back into our discussion piece here. So this was one I put up. I'm going to leave a link for you guys if you guys want to. It's on the channel you're on watching this now, actually. If you want to go to it, we have a poll here. 127 vote. Who, in your opinion, is more of a danger to your life and your family? So let's go over those polls here. We got Vladimir Putin at 4%, Joe Biden at 36%, and Justin Trudeau at 60%. The most danger to your life and family, right? So what do we cover in today's show? We covered 300 babies died unnecessarily within socialized healthcare unit in the UK. Ron Paul, we shouldn't have to treat Biden like someone in cognitive decline. We shouldn't have to treat. His intermittent speech is a national security risk. We know that Biden has been saying and retracting things in the last couple of months here on a very heated debates and discussion. And then we have oil and gas sector emissions need to be cut by 2/5 by 2030. Here's the problem. As of April 1st, in Canada, we have a new carbon tax that's being put on at the pumps. So I'm not really finding anything on it. They're not really, the mainstream media isn't really discussing what this carbon, like it's per ton and whatnot, but they're not getting into the specifics anywhere. We just have a lot of politicians jumping on it and saying, well, obviously they need to jump on this. Is an opportunity of a lifetime to jump on this and to claim to be on the right side of things, right? So there it is right there. And we also discuss that on today's show, Ukraine war, U.S. spells out sanctions on Russia. Okay, China needs Russia more than anything. So they're going to have to figure things out there because Russia needs, China needs Russia more than anyone, than you could ever imagine. And we made videos on that. Hypocritical NATO expansion, root cause of Russia's Ukraine conflict. That was a good one. And then we have Russia Today open here to try and find out what is happening. True North, what are they reporting? Canada forces veteran James Top breaks 1,000-kilometer mark, enters Alberta. So this gentleman is walking across Canada. So if you could find him or see him and shake his hand and get a selfie with him, he's walking across Canada. And we are into spring here today. Well, today in my province is going to be plus 20 degrees. So it's going to be a nice day for a nice walk. I'll be taking a walk today for sure. Okay, what else are they covering here? Introducing new True North contributor Samuel Say. World leaders see through Justin Trudeau. We covered that on Mike of the Night. Trudeau gets what's coming to him in Europe. We covered that on Mike of the Night. Masks don't do anything. Stop wearing them. We covered that on Mike of the Night. So I got to be careful what we say here for misinformation. 35% of government-sponsored refugees still on welfare 10 years later. When my dad had to come to Canada, when my dad came to Canada to give a better life for us, he had to borrow money from family to get the plane tickets. And then when he did, he had to pay them back. He worked his butt off at, I think it was like 63 cents an hour. Then paid off his house in 4 years. Yeah. Paid off his house in downtown Toronto in 4 years at 12% interest. So yeah. So now people that are coming in are no longer contributing to the infrastructure. They're destroying the infrastructure of the country and what it means to be Canadian, right? That's why, like a lot of countries, is like you want to buy land in our country, you have to be a citizen in our country and not just a citizen for the last 3 weeks, right? Canada sold out to the highest bidders through money laundering. I mean, you could go, people are talking about, Mike, how come you're not talking about the money laundering on your channel? I'm like, why? Because... Why? Oops. See, nothing comes up here when you type in money laundering for my channel. Even though I have 1,000+ videos of money laundering. So let's go back to the channel again. Let's search across the channel time machine here. Let's type in money laundering. It's happening now, and there it is right here. Canada's GDP needs more money laundering. Criminal economy from Canada to Australia, money laundering. The other one was from 2 years ago, a year ago. Australia money laundering fiasco 2 years ago. Housing crisis, no investigation in money laundering. This is when they shut down the investigation in money laundering in Canada because it was going to put a lot of people of Chinese heritage or of Chinese nationals behind bars. Basically, was going to do that, and they couldn't do that. World needs more money laundering. Money laundering, Mike in the Night 3 years ago. Vancouver's a money laundering hotspot 3 years ago. Money laundered, big secret, more money laundering. Laundering is non-existing. People are telling me I'm nuts, that money laundering isn't real. We're being destroyed by money laundering. YouTubers! Mike Martin's here. Canada's embarrassing money laundering problem. Self-righteous liberals have done more to enhance snow washing than any other government. Since 2015, the liberals have done nothing to crack down on money laundering in this country, despite the international criticism from abroad and negative effects here at home. So what are the negative effects? The more foreign money you bring into a doesn't have to be foreign. It could be Canadian money that's been washed somewhere else, or it could be American dollars that are being brought in. The more money you bring into a system that doesn't have the support to kind of slosh it around and make it disappear, it becomes worse, it becomes bad, we're not layering, we're not integrated layering the money in. The money is just being thrown into the markets. How? Via housing, via shadow flipping, via shadow selling. Shadow selling is when two corporations owned by the same person flip a property back and forth into the millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars for a property. And that is a good washing technique. But Canada hasn't done nothing to protect its local citizens. Its local citizens built the infrastructure, built the highway streets. The Portuguese, the Italian, the Greeks, the Hungarians, they built a lot of infrastructure here across Canada. And yes, and now they're being basically shown the door. So there it is right there, folks. That was back in October 2020, where the people are saying, Mike, you should be making more money laundering videos. It's becoming more prevalent. I'm like, I made videos going back 10 years warning people about this. I'm not a bandwagoner. I'm not here to bandwagon with people, to jump on, oh, Joe Rogan said something. I'm like, who cares? And we said it 5 years ago. Nobody cares. It's all controlled opposition that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Liberals shut down the money laundering investigation. Yeah, I don't mind trying this to do this in the mornings for you guys from like maybe 8 in the morning my time to 9 in the morning my time, 8 to 9, like where, you know, we talk and get the problem is they're just going to shut it down. That's the problem. I can't even speak. My main channel is shut down. The main YouTube channel is shut down again. Look, my main channel, guys, I'll show you guys here. This YouTube channel is shut down again. I haven't posted on here for 12 days. You know, and then before that, before the convoy arrived, here it is right here. I can get to it in a second. As the convoy arrived into Ottawa, let me see if I could find it here. As the convoy arrives, wow, they took down those videos. Never mind. The convoy videos are all taken down. Wow. Okay, so the convoy, they just took them down. They're gone. Wow. Okay. So that's okay. No, so here it is. 2 months ago. Tons of trucks arriving to Manitoba Rising. So there it is right there. Then they shut the channel down a day before the convoy arrives in Ottawa. And then they unlock it 2 months later. And then 2 weeks ago, I put up a video back from my 10th suspension right here. And then now the channel's back on lockdown because I was talking about my notice of assessments. The 7 notice of assessments I got in 5 weeks saying that they consider it misinformation, right? So I don't know what to say anymore. What I'm allowed to say? How am I allowed to say? Do we wait for Joe Rogan to say it first and then wait 6-7 years for the shit to hit the fan and then Joe Rogan says it? Like, how does it work? They have to give some sort of a guideline to show us. Did Joe Rogan say it yet? No, we can't. So we wait for Joe Rogan to say it, and then we could say it. Because we need to figure out how this works. Because this is all bullshit. Because we've been following this shit for years now. I love this time. I could be here to see you live. Yeah, so this is the backup channel, though, you're on right now. If you guys don't... This is the Mike in the Night live streams. This is the main channel. I wouldn't mind moving this show onto the main channel, but I don't know what I'm allowed to say anymore. I don't know what I'm allowed to... Do we have to wait for Joe Rogan to say something? Like, I'm being honest. I'm not trying to be a dick here. I'm just trying to figure out, do we wait for him to say something so we could say it? Do we wait for the controlled opposition to say something? Then we could say it? So, people are saying, it's funny how certain channels don't get strikes, you know what I'm saying? You should be doing these morning coffees every day. I don't mind doing it, guys, like in the morning like this. The kids are home from March break, right? You know what I'm saying? So, the kids are home from March break for 2 weeks. These teachers have a good life, eh? 2 weeks off here, summers off, this off, 6-figure income to keep up with the housing. But who pays for it? The people that pay 7 notice of assessments in 5 weeks. So we got IARE in the house commenting. Well, I see the kids making some noise there in the hallway. So hopefully we'll start getting some call-ins in the morning shows. If you guys really want a morning show, let me know if you guys want me to do a morning show. We'll go over some of the headlines. But I'm not. The problem is there's no guidelines for us, right? YouTube makes it very vague. So that's why I'm going to use this and the opportunity to go over here so you could actually watch stuff. Here it is. There's another link right there. There it is, us on Odyssey. Get over there. Subscribe, and you actually get paid for watching stuff on Odyssey. You actually get paid for watching stuff on Odyssey, and you could find all our shows are on there. There's the playlist here. We have the merit harassment series on there. We have I'm building a home in the Philippines for under $6,000 US, which I'm still around the $4,000 mark. What else? We got some documentaries, some prediction videos I put up there, and Mike in the Night all episodes. I'm getting them. I'm at 219. I'm still short episodes. I found a bunch. You know where I found a bunch of Mike in the Night episodes? On Brighteon. Look at this, guys. Watch this. Look at this. Look at all these Mike in the Night episodes that got deleted off of YouTube. On our YouTube backup channel got deleted. This was the Mike in the Night. Look at this. Looks Push the Feeling, March 17, 2019. Mike in the Night, March 23rd, 2019. EMP Solar Flare, March 30th, 2019. So look at all these Mike in the Nights here. Look at these Mike in the Nights going back. So we have a lot of episodes that are unaccounted for. And that's on Brighteon. I'm going to give you guys my Brighteon here. My Brighteon here, if you guys want to go on Brighteon and follow me on there too. There's my Brighteon page if you really want to go on there. Gone for 457. I think Canada's getting worse by the day. It's sad seeing young people not able to buy their first house because they can't afford it. So again, let's go back to the channel Time Machine. Let's search across the channel Time Machine. Let's type in young family. Young families. Here it is. 4 years ago. Young families leaving big cities. In Vancouver, an affordable housing crisis, middle income earners who don't qualify for subsidized housing don't have enough money to buy. So young families. Vancouver, mass exodus. Young families leaving. There it is. 3 years ago. Toronto's real estate market out of control 5 years ago. That's when they put the foreign buyers tax in Vancouver and all the Chinese investors ran to Seattle. I left the big city, no regrets 4 years ago. Middle class, young families, mass exodus 4 years ago. Housing crisis tearing Kelowna families apart. Housing spiking, Langley, Surrey. So this is the whole lower mainland in Vancouver. Housing still spiking. Canada tax hikes 4 years ago. Canadian government attack on private sector. More tax hikes by 2020 by 23%. Canadian government attack on private sector. More tax hikes. More hurting of young families. Canadian taxes. Here's what will be more expensive in 2017. Up 23%. So there it is, guys. Nope. Joe Rogan didn't say it. We said it. But Joe Rogan will say it. And he'll be the hero to the world. Again, we don't post-dict on here. Post-dictors could go straight to hell. You want to post-dict? We don't post it. Mike, how come you're not talking about this and this? Why? Because we already did 4 years ago. We don't post-dict on here. Oh, Edmonton. You're in Edmonton. Let's search across the channel. Edmonton. Is Edmonton's Canada's worst city? So you're in Edmonton. Edmonton, Alberta. Homeless disaster 2 years ago. Edmonton, Alberta, 1980. Oh, I got in trouble for this video. Edmonton, Alberta, 1988 to 1985. The good old days. I got a strike for this, and I had to get it revoked. Of Edmonton, showing people what Edmonton looked like in 1988. I got in a lot of trouble. Edmonton or Deadmonton, housing crisis, pipeline, jobs, Alberta, 3 years ago. Edmonton, tent city, torn down 2 years ago. Alberta, economic disaster ahead 1 year ago. Calgary, Edmonton, housing stagnation 2 years ago. So there it is right there. Alberta, Wexit movement is growing fast. Yeah, so many cops shooting people. IARE. Add me on Skype. Call into the next show. Mike, it's Mike Martin's 1980. Add me on Skype. Call into the next show and voice your opinion. Replays up on also on thing here, guys. Mike in the Night's channel replays here if you guys want to be part of the show and support the channel, and just come on Odyssey and you will see. Odyssey is great. It's got lots. It's got USA Prepare. It's got Preparedness. It's got David Knight Show. David Knight Show is here. We got, who else we got? I think Alex Jones is on here. I think I see Alex Jones on. Hold on, I just saw him. There he is, InfoWars. Everything's on Odyssey. So if you want to be part of something, go to Odyssey, where YouTube used to be. Like, there's my channel right there if you guys want to subscribe to it. Yeah. All right, I got 2 minutes left, guys. I have a doctor's appointment in 10 minutes. So I will be signing off with Morning Coffee with Mike. And if you guys want to share this video, go ahead. No, you don't need a Facebook account to make an Odyssey account. No, you don't. No, you don't need no Facebook. You can just go make an Odyssey account. My Facebook is like banned. I have, I don't know, 120. I'll tell you how many followers I have on Facebook, and no one sees my stuff. Let's go to my channel, Linktree. Let's go to Facebook. This is my Facebook fan page, folks, okay? Was it taken down? I don't know. There it is. Facebook fan page, 113,000 followers, and nobody gets my stuff right there. 113,000 followers. They won't verify my page on Facebook because they said I'm not I'm not a viable person, or I'm not a person I'm just not allowed to become a verified person on Facebook with 113,000 followers. But that's how it flows, right? Anyways, guys, I got a doctor's appointment I got to head to. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the channel. Thanks for liking, subscribing. And you know, be smart, be strong. And signing off here for Morning Coffee with Mike. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Hopefully tomorrow morning I'll be up early enough to do this for you guys. And we could start doing this on a daily basis to try and wake people up. You know, there's too much post-diction happening out there. Post-diction... Everyone post-dicks. Everyone takes an article from that day and post-dicks it. Nobody actually sits there and actually... So someone say, hey, how come you're back? I thought they kicked me off the other channel. The main channel guy got kicked off. All right, guys, take care. See you hopefully tomorrow. God bless. And see you on the flip side. Mike Martin's here signing off for Morning Coffee.